You're live, Shayla Black.
And we're live, and the executive producer, William, can't stand it. So.
Pokey.
You're on time this time.
Hi, Robin. How are you? And we are on time. How is that? Hi, Tabitha and Dana. I'm fine.
You're on center.
There.
Okay.
I had the wrong. I couldn't see anybody coming. I'm like, how do you know who's
weird.
coming in?
Hey, Nicole, and I see a Facebook user. I see a couple Facebook users. Hi, Ames and Allison and Louise. And as you can see, I have the crazy, wonderful. She's like, who was that?
Oh, the crazy.
Yeah, the crazy. Okay. Well, I had to start with crazy because if you're friends with me, you're probably crazy. Anyway, it's Jenna Jacob, everyone.
Hey, gang.
Oh, Mallory says the queens have arrived. Yay.
Oh, my love.
Hi, Linda. How are you, my dear?
Queen Slay.
Hi, Connie. And I think I missed some other people. Jules, how you doing? Hi, Kylie. What's going on? Would you stop?
What is he doing? Dude, what did you give him for dinner?
Nothing. He cooked. Like, it's the same old style. Nothing. He just, because usually he's next to me poking me. So now he's like, since I'm not in the camera, how about I just go poke.
I'm here by myself. There's nobody here. The dog and the cat. That's it.
Hi, Fong. Hi, Dawn. Hey, Terry. How are you guys?
Gang.
I'm watching. Kathy. And another Facebook user. I'm sorry I can't see your names, y'all. But he had crack with his dinner. You're right, Shannon. Good Lord. Yeah. Maybe that's what he snuck into his wrap when I wasn't looking. Hi, Tracy. Thank you, guys. Welcome to Wine Wednesday.
I know. We're
Coke. I'm drinking Coke Zero. This is like, this is what we do. Hi, Rhonda.
Oh, Rhonda.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna wave at everybody. Like I'll do the princess.
Yeah, see, so if you're on, and of course the man just left when he could have been useful. If you're in the beauties and you're coming to us through StreamYard, you have to give StreamYard permission to show your name. Otherwise, you just show up as Facebook user.
Unless you don't want us to know your name.
I know. Then they're gonna troll us like heavy, right? Hi, Kim. Hi, Deanne.
Thank you, Dana.
Oh, I wondered, Kathy.
So
cold showers for Kathy. You should, guys. I really wish that there was a way. Well, no, it's probably good that there isn't a way for people to hear what we talk about when we talk about these books. People would be like, "These two bitches are crazy. They need to go to like cuckoo."
They need that padded room with that funny little jacket and
yeah. Hi, Vashti. Hi, Jan. Hi, Gina. Hi, Teresa. Good to see you guys. Grief. Hi, Nikki Ann. Hi, Avita. Yeah, there's so we are crazy when we talk, like, and it's funny because we have these long, right, hours long conversations about people and where they're going emotionally and what's happening with them and things. And as much as these books are big and meaty, you guys, there are things we talk about that we would love to include.
Yeah.
There are some things we would love and we just can't. Like it would be funny, but it wouldn't have a point. Or, we're like, oh, it'd be so cool, but fill in the blank,
Yeah, but I mean, we still put a little bit of that in there. Even, well, I guess they do have points. Okay, never mind.
No, they do.
They do.
Me. Everything has to have a point.
I know.
All right.
I know.
Yeah, you're right, Tracy. The hug yourself jacket.
Yes.
Oh, thank you, Louise. I'm so excited. We actually.
I can see you, B.
Funny. Oh, hey. Hi, Susan. iPad upgrade. I get you. Hi, B. How are you, dear? Yes, Susan, you are no longer Facebook user.
Okay, Yay. We got a hey baby and a Facebook user.
Hey.
Hey.
Another Facebook user. We don't know who you are, but hey. So it's funny when we
Oh God.
Okay, what's up, Kathy?
Wait, who do you think writes him?
Take it away, baby.
Kathy, who do you think? She's not answering. She's like, oh.
No, you got to fess up now.
I got to fess up.
Yeah, you got to fess up.
I write Beck.
Yep.
I write Beck. He's a smart ass.
He is a smart ass. And Jenna's a smart ass. If you hadn't figured that out yet. Oh, please.
Kathy, you're right. Yeah, I do. And of course, innocent little Shayla over here. Guess who she writes? Oh, Jody, I love your face, girl. Glad you're here. And Shaza. Oh my God.
Oh, long time no talk to.
I know.
Let's see. Somebody else had another question. La 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 la. And I passed it. And it.
Can we scroll?
I am.
This is my first time playing in this little thing here. I like it.
Yeah. And I saw Lori snuck in. Hi, Lori. Dawn loves Beck too, by the way. You know, everybody loves Beck. He's funny.
Nobody liked him to begin with when he took that paddle to Rain's ass. But
I know, but we've talked about this before. Mm-hmm. So if everybody's read, well, of course.
Yeah, that halo. Can't you see the halo?
Right? It's right here, y'all. It's right here.
Bullshit. Bullshit. Sorry. Something in my throat.
So we, although in this last book, I feel like we interchanged a lot.
We did.
Which is unusual for us, but with our schedules, we didn't have a choice this last time. It was the book we kept saying that everything that could go wrong did go wrong. Like she was gone, I was gone, she was sick, I was sick. Like, and we were never gone or sick at the same time. It was just
Well, no, you were gone and I was sick at one point. And we got nothing for a week.
Nothing done for a whole week. And then we were panicked.
And you lost your dad. And I had a grandbaby come 20 days early. It was like, it was crazy. It was just crazy.
Seth is kind of an amalgamation in a way. We've known for a long time who he is. And so it's almost, Seth is almost...
he's like half and half of us. I mean, it's like, but yet we know who he is. So excuse me.
And this has been planned for a long time. Mm-hmm. I mean, we knew going into this what everybody's issues were and how to solve them and when we were solving them. And Jules, I have no idea what you're saying. No
Susan,
idea.
I know you want to hit him with a wet noodle, but
I know
if we'd fixed him in the first paragraph, we wouldn't have a book.
Well, and this is just it, Rhonda, right? It's not like what you're asking him to get over is easy. No. And so like people in real life, look at the people in your real life who gets over their stuff.
And he's a man. Did I say that too loud? There's nobody here. Okay. Sean probably didn't watch this. He's a man. How many men come to you and say, I have this problem? And I mean, I've been married to my husband for 30 years. It'll be 30 years in November. I can count on 3 fingers the times that he has come to me and said this or that or the other. And I'm just like, I do it like, I don't know, 3 times a week. You know,
my own child she's my own child throwing me under the bus.
Oh, well, we already know that.
I know. I know. Absolutely. So if a Facebook user, I'm not sure who you are.
Yeah.
In the back of the confession, there is already a link for the commitment. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, for those of you who don't know the story, and if you do, just, forgive me for retelling. Of course, when we started the series, we had a third collaborator. And she, started working full time and moved and had some life changes. And there was just really no way for her to keep going with us at the pace that we were going. And so we ended up deciding, hi, Jean, hi, Eve. We ended up deciding after a while that we would reorganize everything and relaunch it with new titles. The previous covers, while I loved them, and titles, while, I loved them, we loved them. But they were deemed unadvertisable everywhere we went. Mm-hmm. And it was just, it had become a problem that we couldn't in any way tell people, hey, these awesome books exist. And so we had to, when we parted ways with Isabella, and that took a while because, you know, there's paperwork and all that business. And in the middle of that, she was moving. Like, it was just a whole thing.
It's been crazy.
It's been crazy. And then, well, of course, we planned to put something out in 2020. And then, you know, when you're collaborating from 3 different states, that didn't work. And then by the time, you know, another year had passed, everything had changed. And long story short, we ended up, you know, reorganizing the collaboration so that it's just the 2 of us. And now that we're back on footing again, yes, we will have a schedule. It will, you'll see the things. It will make sense. I promise. It will be done.
Jan wanted to know if we exchange chapters or do we write together?
Neither.
I
mean, more write together than not, but this time, because we were gone so much, it's more like that's Snoop.
He wants to go outside. No, can't. Oh, yeah. Great. Busting through my door.
I know. He's like, hi.
He's like a bull in a china shop, but yeah.
So we, this last time we plotted together, and then as we were writing, we're like listening to the characters, and things happened the way we thought, but not exactly. So things started going organically.
Yes.
And then if she was gone, I would write something, or sometimes we would split up and we would talk about like what to do. And then we'd each go our separate ways and write. Like, it's a whole thing. I don't know. Am I leaving something out?
No, it's just, we would write separately, and then we'd come back together, and then we'd read, and we'd edit and write and rewrite some of it. And it was just, this time was very different, but it worked. It worked. I think it worked pretty good, except we were just, in such a
life kicked our butts.
I mean, it took a deadline that was very feasible down to a deadline that was like, holy crap, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Thank you, Rhonda. I appreciate that. Yeah, that's entirely true. Denise, there will be. We're just trying to get it all situated because you guys, we really did intend to finish and this to be the commitment this time. And when we started writing, we were like, we completely underestimated how screwed up Seth is.
I know.
That's really the only way to put it, right?
Yeah. I mean, plus there's a whole bunch more story that's important.
That's what I'm saying. I didn't think the part of the story that we just took like tons of words to say, I thought would take maybe half that. And then when we started really playing with it, we were like, damn.
We're not going to get this covered.
We're not going to get this.
We could have just like boom, 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 boom.
That's not the way we do things. We're not going to
cheat you guys, and we don't do that anyway. So,
but so the long story short is, because we had to do a title change when we realized that there was more story to tell, the audio contracts have to be amended, and it's a thing, and we're in the middle of it. So long story short, yes, we're just not there yet. Oh my gosh. You guys wouldn't even believe how much we've been through to get to this point.
There's been, neither one of us slept much.
Oh, for weeks.
Yeah. I mean, weeks. Like 4 hours.
Yeah.
5.5 on a good night.
On a good night. It was a lot.
It was a whole lot.
Yeah. And I mean, I worked every day I was sick. Every day. I worked some on baby's graduation cruise. Like, it was a shit show, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Susan had a good question. And I almost think that we should answer separately, because in some ways we wrote different scenes.
Yeah.
You first.
Sex takes forever. I keep saying, if we actually screwed as long as it takes to write, we'd be dead. We could not live through that. It's not that it's hard, it's time consuming.
You want to do it right.
Yeah. I mean, because tab A into slot B is boring.
Oh, way boring.
Way boring. So
and it's about the emotion and the connection and the he wants attention right now.
He wants to go outside.
And there's nobody home.
There's nobody here. So he's like all up in my face. He's like nose under my arm. It's fun. It's all the things. Snoop, go lay down.
So I feel like one of the hardest for me is when there's scenes with tons and tons of people and lots of moving bodies.
Parties.
So one of the hardest scenes, honestly, which I think ended up falling in the bottom of chapter 9, was the party at Rain and Liam and Hammer's house in the backyard. Like, there were so many people there, and figuring out who was near who and where they were in the yard, like,
and how they move. When did they move? How did they get from here to
who
there?
Who are they talking to? What are they saying? I'm just like, oh Lord.
Snoop wants camera time.
Yeah.
Hang on a minute. I saw something. Oh, Rhonda says, so are y'all going to take a bit of a rest now?
Yeah, no. It's cute. It's a nice idea, but no.
I'd love to. No.
I'm already writing another book.
Me too.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Eve, you're right. Because neither one of them are slouches, that's for sure.
Oh, no doubt. Okay, so Nikki Ann wants to know if the subplots grow as the length of sex troubles gain traction, or are they always going to be there? They were always going to be there.
They were always going to be there.
Always going to be there.
It's just that, I don't want to spoil anything.
No.
It's let's put it this way. It's just that as we started talking about how many scenes it was going to take to really show everything that we wanted to and give it the appropriate gravity that it deserved, then we realized we kept writing, we had like another 7 chapters or so at least.
But then we kept adding chapters because we couldn't get from point A to point B without giving a little bit of we got to check in here and get this done. And these two have to talk. And then these two have to plot. And then this has to happen. So we were adding scenes. Mm-hmm. And that 7 last scenes was going to be
chapters, not even scenes, chapters. And we kept saying, this isn't everything to wrap this up. Like, I know that this is like a bare bones skeleton and we would still find other things to say. So that was daunting.
It was, but then, but the minute we started talking about making the commitment, the confession, and adding the commitment to the end, it was like,
you could breathe.
We could breathe. It was like this giant weight off because number one, we didn't know how we were going to get 7 chapters done in the amount of time we had left, and we knew that they were good. It wasn't.
They would have been complete. Sucky chapters if
it would have been tried. Sucky chapters, yeah. And
I was not. You guys know I'm not about that, and neither is Jenna. So we just sat there and went, it's not the perfect solution, but I didn't want to push the book out more, even if we could have, and I didn't want to. I mean, we went through all kinds of gyrations. Like, do we just cancel the entire pre-order and put everything off till next year? Like, we had long discussions about how to do this and what was going to be the best solution for you guys.
Yeah.
So that was fun. Yeah, Laura, we're always talking, man. We're always talking about stuff.
Yeah. And then of course, trying to get the name changed. That was 3 days of fun.
Oh, of fighting with Amazon. Nobody gave us a problem, but Amazon.
And I didn't
that's also on my list of things to do, Nancy. I've got some conversations going right now and I'm kind of spearheading that. But when we get auditions in, Jenna and I will both listen to them and try to decide what we think is the best fit. Because of course, accents make things harder. I don't know. It's so many things to think about.
I like Eve's question. She says, when writing certain scenes, do you feel emotionally drained?
Oh, honey.
I go back to Rain Falling for this one.
Yeah.
Because Shayla is writing this most gut-wrenching, rip your heart out.
Oh, it was awful.
She
it
is
was awful.
writing and sobbing. Sobbing, right?
And this was in the Bond, you guys. We're wrapping up. We're getting toward the very end. This was in that giant book. It was the really last, super tough. It wasn't like bad, sad. Like I wrote the whole wedding epilogue. So it's super emotional because I know what these three have been through. And I wrote it to Ocean Lab's song called Miracle because in Rain's head, it was a miracle they ever got here. Right. Ever. But also, like she never believed.
The cemetery scene for you. That's
the cemetery. Yeah, when she had to go talk to her mother and her sister, that was a lot too.
But she's sobbing her brains out. And Isabella LaPearl and I are working on the media room scene. We are laughing so hard. My daughter actually came upstairs going, what in the hell is going on? I mean, we're holding our stomachs in tears and stop. It was so crazy.
we get on Skype at the time and we're all crying, but of course they're crying because they're laughing so hard. And I'm just like, oh my God. Yeah.
It was like, so emotionally draining both ways. You know?
It was. And it always has been. Even these like there is a scene in this series that Jenna cannot read without crying still to this day.
No, I won't read it. In fact, the last time I read it, I think I said, I'm not reading this again.
Yeah, we have to skip this.
And now we definitely have to skip it because my mom's passed since then. And there's no way I'm getting through that thing. I mean, I hadn't even lost anybody yet. And I'm sobbing my brains out trying to read it. And I'm just like, give me a minute. So no, I'm never reading it again.
I struggle every time we get to the end of the brink and even with the audios when I listen to them, because I listen to the audios to reorient myself before we start writing again. And even at the end of the brink, I'm like, every time I hear Bill's voice, I just, and then, you know, when he takes her to the airport hangar, I'm just like, I can't. It's the thing I can't handle.
Every time that song comes on,
I don't even know how I wrote that.
I have to change the channel. I don't know.
I have to change. If any of you know the song we're talking about, if you read The Brink, like I can't listen to that song anymore either. It's a no for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oops. We talk.
A lot.
You know, it's one of these things, and one of the things I appreciate that I've seen in so many of your reviews on this series is how connected you feel to these characters and how much you enjoy the love they feel for each other, even in the worst of times. And it's one of the things that we talk about, like our decision, for instance. Beck was originally a villain. He was meant to be a bad guy. We weren't ever going to save him. Heaven forbid. He was just there to be a foil.
Yeah.
And he just wouldn't have it, man. He just would not have it.
He was a big, bad, mean sadist. We didn't need him. Yeah. I don't know how you don't have these books.
That was another tough. I mean, I can only imagine how awful it would be to stand there and Liam trying to be her rock and not let her look at this happening, but she knows what's happening. Like she knows. And it would be almost more frustrating for Liam to be blocking her and not letting her see. Like there's no good solution.
No, it's almost like he's torturing her by not letting her see it, but yet she's coming apart by watching it. So yeah.
And she's pregnant.
And you all know hormones then are just jam dandy fine.
It's not good. It's not good. And this is, thank you, Jan, because this is one of the things that's important to us. When we sat down and said we want to do this, we created a world, we put people in it, and we have timelines. Kid you not, there are some books that these timelines are down to every 15 minutes because that's how specific it needed to be. And then we all agreed that we wanted to do this organically. We wanted to stay true to these characters. And I'm just a big believer, and because I'm a control freak too. Every collaboration I'm in, I'm the editorial voice. I like editing. I find it fun. Everybody thinks I'm crazy.
No,
so
and I love watching her. I love watching her because I can learn so much from watching her. So, yeah.
Thank you, Kelly. Thank you.
No.
We love.
Mm-hmm.
Pike, poor Pike. Everybody shits on Pike. I kind of feel sorry for Pike, but apparently I'm the only one.
No, I feel sorry for him too. I think the Pike's so misunderstood. And
he really is.
I love characters like that. I love taking the most screwed up, messed up, horrible people.
Thinks they know who he is.
And just redeem them. I like doing that.
Yeah. Oh, it's fun.
Mm-hmm. And when you do it, and when you do it, it's like, and you shock people, that's even better. It's just like, yes.
For sure. 100%.
Yes. Pike is mysterious.
Yeah. Well, Brenda, so Rain Falling is, of course, finished. Heavenly Rising has one more book.
Yeah.
So
one more.
We released the one yesterday. There's one more next year. That's just the way it worked out.
It's too big.
You know what? That's what we do too. Sometimes we laugh. Oh my gosh. Some of the best things ever were, I can't even do it justice. You have to do it.
Who? Oh,
you know who? Our favorite entertainer.
Madame Zelda and her love donkey Clovis.
I can't even hear
that. It was so fun.
Dying.
That was just like, I mean, we were like racking our brain. We had to come up with all these like tricks for the boys to pull on each other.
Pranks to play on each other.
Pranks. And I'm like, all right, give me a minute. I need to go think. And I went out on the patio, kind of standing around, looking around, and I go running back in. I got it. And Clovis.
And she runs back in and she's like, a sex donkey. And I'm like, what? Okay, so Tracy, yes, Pike, but you're going to find Zelda? Out Pike knows lots of interesting people, and not for reasons you think that he does.
Yes, and Pike was how they found Zelda. But Pike, yeah. I mean, Pike lives in this big old mansion in, I don't know, in LA. Where's he at?
Yeah, he's on the west side. So you guys know I'm originally from LA. So he's like in the Brentwood, Beverly Hills kind of area, and he's got a whole backstory that you guys don't know anything about yet.
Yeah, he's got a backstory.
He totally does. So we're, and I am enjoying personally, one of the things that I enjoyed so much about writing this book, well, besides Gloria, because she's always a dream to be Gloria. In the same room with, I love Gloria. Because you never know what's going to come out of Gloria's mouth, ever. But one of the things I think I enjoyed most was tying River up in knots. That poor guy. He has no idea that his whole situation is like, he's just eternally screwed, and he seems to have no idea.
It can't end. This world is everything. The cliffhangers. We know. But the stories are so enormous. It would take us a year plus if we sat down and wrote an entire saga at once. It would take a year plus, you guys. And it does we benefit, let's put it this way, from resting in between, because sometimes it gives us the time and perspective to go back and think about things. And there are books that we wrote entirely different than the way we originally planned to, because we got time to think about it. That's about the best way to put it. Can you imagine this as a movie?
Oh my God. I would love to. What's my favorite song in this book? Well, we don't reference a lot of music, but like I said, I think the thing in fact, when I hear it, because I do play a lot of Ocean Lab, you guys that know I play tons of Ocean Lab. I listen to it over and over. It's very soothing.
She got me hooked.
Baby listens to it too. It's hysterical. But Miracle is that story. I mean, every time I hear it now, I still think of writing that scene. I don't know if I would feel bad for him. Like, he did that shit to himself.
It's kind of self-inflicted.
A little bit. I mean, now it does fall under the category of, you try to do a nice thing for somebody and that doesn't always work out so well, but yeah. What? Oh, this is an interesting. What is your favorite thing about a cliffhanger?
What is your favorite thing?
I think we're going to say basically the same thing.
Go ahead.
Well, because we have a little bit of sadist in us too. We're like, this will kill him. That'll be fun. It sounds horrible, but it's kind of true.
And of course, I'm always saying, they're going to hate us. They're going to hate us.
I'm like,
yeah,
they'll love to hate us, but that's okay.
we'll fix it. We'll fix it. It'll just take a while. Yeah, it took too long the last time, but that was just life again in every way. But
we're excited now because we just and this is a world that we know so well, and we have so many characters and things that we want to do, and it's just, this is always like coming back to like your hometown in a weird way. Like, everybody, and it's kind of awesome.
It is because once it's funny because we'll be, like January, November, December of last year, we're like, I can't wait.
I know.
Because they're inside your skin going, come on, let's
go.
Let's go. Hey, remember me? Let's go.
Well, there was a point at which she calls me and she goes, Beck is just bugging the crap out of me. Can we just get on with this already? He's patient, but not to the degree we had him trying to be patient too. Sorry, I'm tethered here and getting Louise, a lot of that decision is what is the major like through line of action in the book, and where is it coming to a head? That's kind of the best way to put it is, we know what, like I said, the major through line of the story is for this book. And then we sit there and try to be like, okay, where is the demarcation point? When are we like done with it, but not, there's still that something out there that's going to be a pain in the butt, basically.
Right. We'll get to that in a minute.
Yeah.
So, Tracy, I'd love to have my books on audio. I just can't get them there yet. It's just,
it's a haul, you guys, get books on audio. It's not an easy thing. Haul.
Yeah. So do we see the characters the same way? I think so. Yeah. Because she and I, we
did come up with like pictures, kind of like inspiration pictures before we even really started writing, but it was, we never found anybody. We were like, it's this person, but or it's this person, except like we did find a good heavenly representation, but even then we were like, well, it's kind of close.
It's kind of close.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's some that are like, I don't know. I mean, I can see Pike in my head. I haven't seen a picture of him yet.
We have one, but we saved it a few years ago, and when I went back and looked at it, I was like, not quite exactly. This guy looks, the guy in the picture looks a little bit like he's hanging out at some sort of like rave in the underworld. It's not what I'm seeing in my head now. We have different opinions on how scenes should evolve. Oh yeah, all the time.
All the time.
But we sit there and talk it out because the most important point usually is, what's the emotional downdraft?
Yeah, and forward progress. What progress can we make emotionally with this scene? If it's going to go this way, then we're not really gaining what we need to. And he's just like, he's about to climb in my lap.
Do you need to take 10 seconds and go let him out?
I'm going to have to go take 10 seconds and let him back in.
I know, but if you don't want him to wet on your floor either.
God, no, he's too big. It'd be like an ocean. I don't know how your heads don't explode. Some days they do.
Don't.
Some days they do.
Well, so a funny thing, it had been a while since we wrote in this world when we put out The Chase. And we almost killed Dean off. And
oh my God.
We had actually written him dead.
Dead. He's dead.
And then I called her like 3 days later. I was like, honey, we can't do this.
We got a problem. We can't
do this. And she's like, I don't know what you mean. Why not? I'm like, because he's still alive at Rain's wedding.
And I'm like, good safety catch there. Egon, that was a good one. As
we were writing it, I kept going, something's wrong.
So then we had to bring him back from the dead. So then I had to go ask my husband, how can you get shot and not die? One of those. And so, bulletproof vest. And I'm like, okay. But
Shannon has a great idea.
I know. But then it's like, well, he fell out of the tree. So of course that knocked him out. Everybody thinks he's dead. Okay, that's good. But he's not. So, oh my God, I have a question. At what point?
I think I know, but I don't know if it's the same moment you thought it.
Oh, I knew before Rain even went to the hospital. I mean,
well, we had conversations that what Beck really needed in his life was a little girl, basically.
Virgin.
Yes. Oh, we thought that would be hysterical. Your friendly neighborhood sadist falls for
a virgin.
Yeah. We thought that makes perfect sense.
Don't they all?
But we, I knew because I wrote the scene where they were at the hospital at the end of the brink where, Seth came in and he first met Heavenly because he was trying to get back to go see Rain and help with the case. And boy, the minute he talked to her, he looked at me mentally. He looked at me and he was like, that right there, that. Yeah. And I was like, dude, oh, okay. Like, I don't know how this is going to work, but we'll figure that shit out.
Yeah. Yeah. So when will the pre-order for it's out?
It's up. It's up for ebook. I can't do one for print except for on my store. And I don't know if Williams put that up probably, but I think he has actually. So you can pre-order a print book from my store, but we can't put it up at Amazon yet. So my apologies.
Yeah. I like
hi, Karen.
Hey, Karen.
So yeah, it's this book or this series is just never. It's like it's like mentally we could just sit there all day and talk about it and think about it. Like I remember having some long philosophical discussions about where we were going with certain characters. It'd be like 11 o'clock at night. We've been writing all day and we're still on the phone talking about where are we going and what are we doing and how is this working out? And yeah.
Do we get ideas for the characters from real life? I do in my other books, not this one. Well, hang on a minute. I know
we've talked to people
that not even,
but that's more researchy than it is. Sorry, I spilled like a ton of lotion in my hands, and now I'm gonna be rubbing for the next 20 minutes. It's fine.
That's
it's fine.
Just rub it all on you.
Oh, here. That's okay. No, that's not going to work either.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. First of all, no, not really, because they're so fully realized for us. I think no.
I mean, maybe some situations that they get into once in a while, but
more that's like we ask people who can be helpful. You've asked about medical things. We've asked,
oh my God.
About police things. Stuff like that we needed to know. Those
law
were things.
We had to do stuff like that. Just the research. Thank God I've got 3 nurses in the family that I can, everything from, flight nurses,
so
RNs,
so like the scene where, at the end of The Brink, when Rain goes to the hospital and Beck is telling her, you need to tell them that every mark on your body is one that your father left.
Mm-hmm.
I was, and I had never thought about that. And you asked around, and we're told, yeah, absolutely. Because otherwise everyone else who left a mark is going to jail.
Right. Yeah. That's almost the same right now as when you go, if you're in the lifestyle and you go to the hospital and you got marks all over your body, you have to tell them it was consensual. You have to. And you have to explain the dynamic and the things that you do and that it's all consensual so they don't arrest your significant other.
Right. Exactly.
Which is sad.
We talk.
We talk.
We talk. That the truth is, we would like to. I'm
sorry. Eve's question.
I know. I saw that. She's like, no comment. We would like to. It's just we both have a lot of things happening in the next couple of years, but we would like to. That's the short answer. We really would like to, and I think if we can make it work, we absolutely will.
And Eve, no, I don't know anybody like Madame Zelda. I've seen some things that I don't want to talk about that I can't bleach.
You wish you hadn't.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do we have definite thoughts on more collaboration books? Well,
we just had a conversation this morning, in fact, but it's like it's all over the place.
Okay, so wait a minute here. So so Kelly can't even see. I can't see Eve's questions. Eve wants to know so Jenna doesn't know anyone like Madame Zelda, and I'm like, yeah, no, I don't. And then she's like, and then Eve says, pay no attention to Jenna's pet donkey in the backyard. No, that's just a Doberman. That's a black lab. It's not a donkey. It's Snoop. Oh God. I
can tell you a little funny anecdote. We wrapped up. I don't know how many of you know this. We didn't finish writing the confession until, what was it, like barely 2 weeks before release?
Yeah.
It was something like that. It was like 24 days. It wasn't even 3 whole, or it wasn't even that much. It was like 18 days. It wasn't even 3 whole weeks.
No.
And bless, both our editor and our proofreader for blistering their way through this book so we could get it uploaded in time. And Rachel to formatting and doing the cover flat. Like, she did everything in a day. Mm-hmm. It was just a lot. It was a heavy lift to get it done.
We sent it out to beta, and it was like turnaround, just boom, boom,
everybody,
boom, boom,
yeah.
boom, boom.
Bless our beta readers, and you know who you are.
You know who you are, and we love you.
Yes, bless you, because we were just like trying so hard to get this done on time.
Yeah.
And so this is the long-winded way of saying there wasn't that much time between finishing this book and both of us starting another one. I started like 2 days ago. She started today.
Mm-hmm.
And the first thing I did was start writing my series that's first person present tense. I started writing it third person past tense because that's what I've been doing the whole time I was writing Heavenly Rising.
So when we first started, it
was so funny.
The confession. I'm typing along. I send Shayla back a chapter, and she's reading along. She goes, who the hell's Jasper? And I died laughing. Jasper's the cop from Haven, from Brides of Haven. And Rhonda, no, I am not working on my next cowboy book. I am working on the final book in the Doms of Genesis. So we're getting the last book there. But there's, yeah. So there's the last book of the Doms of Genesis. We'll put it that way.
Right.
So how hard is it to move? Yeah. From one set of books to your other books. So yeah, it's sometimes. And for some reason, I'm writing a book now that I'm writing the last book in my Doms of Genesis, and my character, her name is Blair, and I'm calling her Paige. Paige was my last heroine. And Shayla's like, why are you doing this? How can you even do this? I'm like,
well, no, what she said was,
because
she's talking to me about this book that she's plotting, and she goes, Paige. I'm like, you just wrote a heroine named Paige. What the hell are you doing? And she's like, did I? I'm like, didn't you?
The brain is gone to mush. Okay. So yeah, it's gone to mush. But yeah, so Blair is the heroine in this book. Paige is already done.
And Jasper is not.
Jasper's not even.
Jasper doesn't live in LA. So
he's not in LA.
So here's what's funny, Jan. I used to only read third person past tense. Mm-hmm. And when I started writing the Reed family books, I was like, I started writing first person for a challenge. And Jenna writes first person, but she writes first person past tense in Genesis. I'm writing first person present tense. Like so when we started trying to write anything first person together, we're like, this is a cluster, man. Nobody can keep this straight. We're doing third person from that one because no one can I can't write first person past tense for some weird reason. I cannot make myself do it. It's bizarre. So but I was just telling Rachel today how much I really love writing in first person, because you get those super direct thoughts from that character, like in his or her head, so unfiltered, like I can hear it in a totally different way. I personally dig it. If you haven't tried reading one, More Than One Use free, go grab it. Like
she writes first person beautifully.
Thank you.
I write it like a kindergartner.
You do not.
I've tried,
you
and
always
it's like
say stuff like this.
I'll start writing, and everything just goes into past tense. It's just like, and she opened the door, and he looked really good. I mean, it's like, meh. So yes. Hang on a minute. There's still another book, The Commitment.
Yeah, there's one more.
That's the last one. Page 2.0. No, Shannon, don't give me any ideas. It'll come out page 2.0. Don't.
I was like, because at first I didn't know that she was making a mistake. I had never heard Blair's name. So I was like, I guess you really like the name Paige.
I'm like,
and she was like, what do you mean? I was trying to be like, what's the word?
I'm starting to get scared that I'm getting Alzheimer's or something. But I think it's just stress. I think it's been, we 6 months
of sleep.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Sucks the brains out. Who does your family deal with? How does your family deal with you writing and going off in a cave for hours at a time? My house, I think Hoffa's here. If you guys know who Hoffa is, I think Hoffa's in my bathrooms because they haven't been cleaned for so long. The house is a disaster. And dinner's like an afterthought. Get what you want. It's like, do your thing, leave me alone. Do I want to eat? Sometime. I don't care when. Yeah, it's my job. Then they know it's my job. That it was a little hard to adjust to when I first started doing this, though. That's for sure.
It was funny because I was like the super militant bitch. I was like, listen,
not.
I was.
No, but it's a whole lifestyle change for the whole family.
It is.
Because this takes so much time. This takes so much more time. This is not an 8 to 5, 9 to 5 job. This is a 6:30 in the morning till 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night. And, you know, you can't be a homemaker, caregiver, laundress, cook, cleaner while you're
PTA mom.
Oh yeah, while you're spending hours and hours in the cave. So, you know, bless his heart. I'm married to a man who just doesn't bitch. He just goes and does the laundry. He doesn't bitch. He just goes and fixes dinner. You know, he doesn't bitch. He goes to the grocery store. My husband's been more to the grocery store more in the past, I don't know, 5 years than I have been in my entire life, I think.
We figured it out recently. I haven't, except for with him, I haven't set foot in a grocery store without him in probably over a year, at least, maybe more.
Wow. No, I
don't. He does. You guys know he does almost everything. I do laundry because I'm a control freak about that, and he hates laundry. Other than that, I don't.
Oh, Terry Kane, do either of you keep Bibles? Oh, yeah. You should see the Bibles for this series. You want to talk about
enormous.
It's huge. I think I'm trying to remember. I think it's like 48 pages now.
Yeah.
Something. It's
sounds about right.
Huge. It's gargantuan. And yeah, I've not been good about keeping Bibles in the past, but now that I'm the Brides of Haven, I need a lobotomy. They are all 4 books run consecutively. I have to come up with some kind of a grid to get a timeline grid going because they all run at the same time.
Yeah, concurrent timelines are hard.
I will be just drooling, blithering idiot by the time I get that done. Do we feel
like we have actually
we don't even
joint. Well, we have a Bible for Rain Falling and one for Heavenly Rising, and we really need to merge them, which would make it probably 100 plus pages. It would be gargantuan. What I'm starting to call my Wicked World Bible is well over 100 pages. Like you guys can't even. And I'm not. It's not even totally up to date yet either.
But your new books, Trees and Layla, and those.
Oh, they're so detailed.
You have, how many books do you have to go through to match up those timelines?
Well, at one point when I was writing Brea and 1 Mile's duet,
listen to this.
It crossed over 3 series between Wicked Lovers, Devoted Lovers, and Wicked and Devoted. And then it also crossed over 5 different books within those 3 series. Do you guys know how much backing and forthing and checking? And I'm glad that I like details. If I didn't, it would really suck. But I like details.
When she was doing all that, we were talking. I'm just like, how are you not just pulling your hair out? How are you even doing this?
It just needed to be said.
I've got to get it right.
Janet. What were you saying, Jan? Beta proofing. We check and double check and triple check a lot of things. And the audiobooks really become my best friends. I listen to them over and over and over when I am looking for something because I know that's the most up-to-date reference, and I can listen to that when I'm doing other things rather than using my writing time to sit there and read something over and over and over again. And you start skimming and you're not really paying attention. But if I'm like running around the house and making my breakfast, I can shove in the audiobook and go to exact kind of where I think it is. And I'll listen a lot more attentively. I'm super audio driven. So that makes that easier for me. So.
Yeah. And I still think I have enough brain cells most days to remember, like, I think that's right. I got to go find it. But that's hard to do. So that's the importance of Bibles.
Yeah, so, Jody, a Bible is like it's not even just a journal of characters. It's of every detail, every bit of backstory. Where did they come from? Who were their parents? Who are their siblings? Have they ever been married? And then things like, what if you ever mention a specific day, that an event happened, and then later on you have to come back and reference that event, or you're writing concurrent timelines, meaning multiple books in the same series are taking place at the same time. So for instance, in the confession, we have a scene where, Rain is having her twins. We didn't actually show that scene in Rain Falling, but it happened across the Rain Falling timeline. So we have to know exactly what day we said those twins were born. We have to know exactly what day that wedding took place, because we showed it both in Heavenly Rising and in Rain Falling, just from totally different perspectives. Seth was having a bad day.
He was really having a bad day.
Having a really bad day.
So, do either...
Looking forward to see you too, Janet.
Oh, yes. I haven't seen you for ever.
She's going to be at Rivers in the River with me.
No, I'm not going to be there. Says, do you feel guilty for not writing after a book is complete? We don't get to,
if I'm not working, I tend to feel guilty.
Yeah. There's no stopping. It's just like you stop, you finish, and you go to the next one. That's, both of us are doing that one right now.
But for me, like, I can only speak for me. I'm the kind of person, if I'm not working, I tend to feel a little lost. Like I'll spend some time watching a TV show or something, but after a while I'm just like, why am I not creating something? There's a part of me that's like, I could watch somebody else's creations, or I could just go create my own stuff. And most of the time I'd rather just go create my own stuff. So
it's fun. There's so many things that, there's so many storylines and stuff that I want to write, that I want to get done. And I know my thing's dinging. Are you able to hear that ding? Okay, good. Because I've got my messengers just going nuts right now. And I'm like, I tried to turn it off and I'm hearing it in my head. So good. Anyway, I don't even know what I was saying. Here we go. See, this is what's going on, guys. Yeah. Oh, we're fine. I'm fine. Oh my gosh.
It's happened to me before. But usually when characters stop talking to me, I can't start on anything else, because I'm scheduled and I have pre-orders, and I have deadlines, and everything has to be done in a certain order, because that's the way, I've got everybody else on the team marching to getting this done. For me, when characters stop talking to me, it usually means I've screwed something up and I have to go back and fix it.
And I learned that from her, because when my characters stop talking, it's like, and I'll go to bed and I'll think about it, and I'll wake up and I'm like, oh, okay, I know what it is. Or there's times that I'll sit there and go, I don't know. And then I'll get a hold of Shayla and I'm like, something's wrong. Something's very wrong. Because my characters are like me. They never shut up. So.
See, I've had ones that have said to me, you're not doing what I want you to do. So I'm just, screw you. And then I have to go back and be like, fine, what is it you want?
Oh, Eve has a question for you.
No, of course I didn't. I took I did take this past Sunday off, and I watched 4 movies in one day. Like, that's a lot for me, you guys.
That is.
It was a lot for me. We watched, Baby and I sat on the couch, and I don't remember what the first 2 movies were. And then we got off on a Fantastical Beasts, and we hadn't seen the Crimes of Grindelwald or the Secrets of Dumbledore, so we watched both of those.
It's Shannon Hunt. She's just
I
stirring
know.
the pot. She's stirring the pot. No, she doesn't know what a break is.
Pot, meet kettle, Shannon.
Yeah. Don't get me started, girl. Don't even go there.
Do you ever find something you were trying to do? Do you ever find when you were trying to do something mindless that you're Oh yeah, all the time.
Oh, but that's the best part. Okay, so showers and outside, just like sitting and just thinking, I will have epiphanies. I have epiphanies in the bathroom all the time. It's just where it happens, in the shower.
I see. I don't. That's for me. It's a lot of times if I don't go to bed, if I go to bed before I'm really like drop dead tired, which I try now to not go to bed until I'm drop dead tired, because otherwise I lay there like 20, 30 minutes, and sometimes it's longer if I let a character get in my head, but when I'm trying to go to sleep, then it's like difficult, and I don't enjoy that experience. I would rather wake up with somebody in my head going, "Hey, you, that thing, we talked about it." And I'm like, "Yeah, okay, I'll get right on that."
Yeah, but then when you go to
Take
sleep,
a number.
when you go to sleep and you wake up, I did this the other night. It's been like a month ago. I went in the middle of the night. I got up and I woke up and I was like, I had the best plot line, just beautiful.
You said that.
Beautiful. I was like, oh my God, yes, I've got to write this. Got to write it. And I'm like, okay, roll over and use your phone, put it in your notes. Oh, I will remember this. I woke up the next morning going, oh God, no.
Yeah. I've done that too.
I knew it was great, but it's gone.
Yep. I've done that. And I used to say my litmus test was if I could still remember it the next morning, it was worth remembering. And then I realized at some point, I'm not awake enough in the middle of the night to remember that stuff anymore. So no.
No, Jean, I don't take X-Lax.
What is the longest time frame for writing?
Yeah.
I think the longest book was it The Brink or The Bond?
It was The Bond.
I think it was too. I think that
Bond.
Sucker took us almost 6 months.
It was like
it was forever because we kept rewriting and rewriting.
Yeah, but it had everything in it.
Oh, it had everything in it.
Oh,
I think that's one of the longest books. Like because I want to say that book was almost 160,000 words. It was enormous. Jan wants to know, for a new book, what comes first, plot or characters?
Sometimes characters. I don't know. They kind of go hand in hand. I don't know.
I feel like for me,
for you, it's plot. I think it's plot. You don't think so? It's the characters? Oh,
it's setup. I get a setup and characters almost at the same time. And then I have to figure out the rest of it.
Okay, so Nicole is asking.
Hang on, I'm getting down there.
Yeah, okay.
Who are authors you love to read?
Shayla Black.
Y'all know I don't read a lot anymore. I'm trying to read more like nonfiction. I'm trying to read out of genre. But I have a thing, and I've said this before, about reading too much in my genre. I don't want to even inadvertently borrow from anybody. I want my ideas to be completely mine. Now, I will occasionally go read a paranormal or a historical because I still enjoy those, but So what about you?
I love to read. I've been collecting Dean Koontz for probably 35 years. I have over, last count was over 400 of his works. I've got really obscure stuff. I am a Dean Koontz fan. I've met him once, and Dean Koontz all the way. And it's not my genre. I mean, it's it's horror, and I read everything. I read horror. I read apocalyptic stuff. I read Western Brides. I just read a bunch of stuff. I read a lot of stuff, just different genres. Okay.
So Nicole's saying,
I use brief smoking after sex, missionary style. Oh, yeah.
I think what we're finding, Nicole, personally, what I think we're finding is there was a time, and I remember this vividly because I was traditional publishing in the early 2000s. when like Alora's Cave came around and stuff like that. And the common prevailing wisdom at that point was that, you know, that level of sexual content and heat wouldn't play well with most readers, and it belonged like on an ebook platform. And, you know, New York didn't really want anything to do with it until they realized how much money Alora's Cave was making. And then they, you know, were coming around and talking to their authors like, can you write this? And I'm like, can I write this? Are you kidding me right now? Yes, I can write this. So I think it has been an evolution. And I think in one way, the indie, you know, the whole indie movement has allowed people. I mean, I see super successful clean authors. I see super successful erotic romance authors. And there's a book for every reader. And I love the fact that there's no gatekeeper telling readers who they should read, who they shouldn't read, what we think you should read. I mean, I remember writing historicals at a time where, you know, I came from the age when I started reading historicals, there were pirates and Vikings and cowboys, and there was all kinds of things. And by the time I left historicals, part of the reason I left was there was only Regency historicals. That was it. They didn't want anything else. Nobody was interested in anything else. I know things have changed since then, but at the time I was like, I like all of these things. I happen to write Regency historicals because I liked them too, but I, as a reader, wanted other things. And I think it's the same kind of thing when New York was dictating to readers what was marketable. I think we just saw one kind of book, and now we're seeing. I mean, do you have a different thought?
No, I mean, I know that when I first started writing, I've got some stuff on my computer that I let one of my girlfriends read it. This was years and years and years ago. And she's like, you know, these are great, but what are you going to do with them? Send them to Dear Penthouse? Nobody was writing that then. And then Alora's Cave came out and I'm like, oh yeah, they are now. And so, you know, but I think that, I don't know. I think that I'm old enough to remember the sexual revolution for women. You know, we used to be, you know, women didn't talk about sex. Well, good girls didn't talk about sex. Good girls didn't even have sex when I was growing up, you know. So, yeah. Anyway, so, you know, it's like BDSM. It's out of the closet. Women are entitled to their orgasms. They're entitled to their pleasure. They're entitled to, you know, enjoy sex now, and that's kind of like carte blanche. It's given us carte blanche to experience and to read, write, you know, and explore. When before it was just like, oh, don't talk about those. Don't talk about that. You know, so.
Yeah. What are you...
Kelly, yes, I'm okay. Hang on a minute. Okay.
Oh, sorry.
No, that's fine.
You know, I like both of them. I like writing, you know, the romance connection. Like I really much enjoy writing. It's why I started writing Read Family Reckoning, because I wanted to write just the sheer romance without suspense, without, like, I wanted that experience where I could go deep character, deep emotion, deep romance, because I really, really love that. But I also enjoy, you know, there was nothing more fun to me than introducing 1 Mile and Zai and Trees and the guys and being like, you know, let's go kick some ass. And I like both of them.
1 Mile's
I
mine.
Really do.
I licked him. He's mine.
You know, you have there's a few you'd have to fight, but you know.
I know. So, Kelly, would you agree that E.L. James opened? Yes, they did. As a person in the lifestyle, when 50 Shades came out, the dungeons and stuff in town, the groups in the community exploded. There were just people coming out of the woodworks to come and check out the dungeons and go to the munches and all this stuff. She definitely brought it out of the back room. I mean, because there were, it's
it became mainstream conversation, whereas before, I think people thought it was,
kinky
deviant and and all of a sudden it was. I think a lot of women were willing to acknowledge that this was something they thought about.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Like, don't even start me on that, Nicole. Don't even start me on that. It's, and the sad irony is, for the most part, you guys say, can we have sexier covers? And Amazon, like, I saw a cover ad today that Amazon rejected. He was a guy standing by himself with just a silly grin on his face, holding a cupcake. And he had his shirt unbuttoned, but you couldn't see either nipple. It was just a strip of skin. It was only unbuttoned, and you could see a strip of skin about that wide from, all the way down. And they said it was too sexual. He was not touching anything. He was holding a cupcake with a smile and his shirt unbuttoned. That's it.
I like the ones where you get it kicked back when you're trying to run an ad and they tell you, no, his body's too perfect. It's too perfect of a body image. And I'm just like, if I want to lick it and drool on it, it better be perfect. I just.
You know what, Jean? And this is the same argument that I've had for a long time. And not even Game of Thrones. Let's even take it further back to Flowers in the Attic. That was literature.
Yeah.
But I'm like, wait, let me understand. Bad. Incest, good, but, romance and monogamy, bad? I really fail to understand.
I'm just behaving now. I'm not even getting on that soapbox.
Oh, I get on it all the time.
Oh, you don't want me getting on that.
Shannon, you lick trees. You finally decided you liked him, huh?
Oh, trees. Yes. I licked him way before you did.
I think that's true for a lot of people. And it's funny because I see people who came into romance, a lot of people who came in. I was one of the idiots, not idiots, but I mean, I came back. I think I started reading romance in 1986 or 7. And there wasn't any one person that brought me in. But I have heard so many stories of people who either got brought in by E.L. James or a decade before Twilight. And then after they read Twilight, they went, is there an adult version of this?
There is now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. If there's double standards for everything. There's double standard with what's sexy with the man. If you have a couple, you can't have a couple. Yeah, you have to have one person. They have to be fully dressed. You can't show nipples. You can't show cleavage. You can't show them grabbing her butt. You can't show it. Yeah, it's just like.
I mean, the cover for More Than Needs You, if you guys have seen that, or if you haven't, go look at it on my website real quick. They're not even touching. They just happen, and they're not even looking at each other directly. They happen to be standing close, and he's like standing over her shoulder, kind of looking down into her face. And she's kind of doing this number where she knows he's there. They're not even touching. She's fully clothed. He's not wearing a shirt, but he's standing behind her. So you can barely see that he's not wearing a shirt, but it was way too sexual, y'all. Just saying, it was way too sexual for them. So
bad cupcakes.
Bad cupcakes.
Bad cupcakes.
I know.
Sexual cupcakes.
That's right.
Oh, we got to write a book. There
it
is. A sexual cupcake fantasies. That's the next book I'm putting out.
Sexual. You know what? I might partake of a cupcake.
Okay. We'll have to do that.
Right?
That could be our next collaboration. Yeah. That's right there.
Cupcakes.
Sexual
it
cupcake.
Would have to get in line behind. You guys, we've talked about some things. We've talked about some things so dirty we couldn't even release them. Like, they're so bad. They're so bad.
See, I would love to write just filth. I really would. I'd love to write just filth, but I'd scare some people, so I can't.
Look at this. Nicole is full of fun facts. Yesterday was National
Boob Day. And I'm trying to think. I did not have a bra on yesterday. I was living at large.
So what's hysterical is it was so funny when I sat down and we're talking and I'm like, I almost don't recognize this human being I'm talking to on the screen. because we do not look like this when we're writing.
Oh, I thought you were going to say because she's wearing a bra.
Well, that too.
Oh, God, no. No, we don't look like this. In fact, yeah. No, we don't look like this.
No, we don't. I thought about that this morning. I was like, we had our first conversation this morning. I have my hair in a bun. I have no makeup on, and I'm wearing a nightgown, y'all. I mean, this is as real as it gets.
I'm wearing a sundress. That's it. That's all. That's what I wear all the time. I wanted you to know, though, I got a new top from Torrid.
Okay.
And I put it on to wear it. It looks like a pajama top.
Is it too big? No,
it's perfect. It's got lace around here. It's got little pink polka. It's darling shirt. I put it on and I looked in the mirror and I went, they're gonna think you're in your freaking pajamas.
Listen, I've done broadcasts in my pajamas before, just FYI.
Okay. Well, this was like way too so I'm gonna have to just use it as a pajama top now. I was really disappointed. It was really cute. I liked it.
Well, return it.
No, I can't. It was one of those 50% off thingies.
Oh, I see. I gotcha.
Yeah. Let's see. Raunchy books.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, I never wear bra. That's Kelly. You are my woman. Yes, girl. You go.
You know what?
Cheesecake book too, Brownie.
I know. I saw that. That's so funny. I feel like I started reading. I remember reading straight erotica. We were talking the other day about I don't know if anybody remembers when there used to be I think they were called Black Lace or something like that, and then there was another line, and a lot of these were British publishers, another line called Accessica or something like that. Like I remember a few of them, and we used to have a mall that had a giant it was mostly like a record store. So this has been a while ago, obviously, but they sold vinyl and CDs. And then they had a book section, and it was one of those Virgin bookstores. It was the like Richard Branson Virgin.
Oh, okay.
And so he had this giant bookstore, which was crazy because in this mall, it was right across from a Books A Million. But he carried completely different books, right? Yeah. Okay. It was Black Lace. Thank you, Fong. And I have quite a few of those too. And I went looking for that book that I was describing to you the other day, and I found it in the closet. So
good. Okay.
Yeah. I've got but I don't think anybody publishes those anymore. Like straight. It was like straight erotic. Well, like erotica. It wasn't erotic romance because they weren't romances.
Mm-mm.
Eve.
Forgot to put on a bra.
That's awesome.
Oh, if I can get away with not wearing a bra. I like wintertime here because I can just put a jacket on. I don't have to put a bra on.
I'm so jealous. Like that's the first thing I put on every day, man. I can hardly get out of bed without. It's like, where's my bra?
See, the older I get, the more I'm comparing bras to Spanx. You know, if I need a court order to put one on, but yeah.
But look, she wore one today for y'all.
I did.
That means she likes you.
I do. I put the girls in their harness and said, let's go.
And I remember having yeah, exactly, Jan. I remember having an argument with one of their editors, and he was a British man, about erotic romance, like being tripe. He's like, nobody wants that. They just want erotica. They just want, fucking. And I was like, you really don't understand women. And I don't think he liked me very much because at one point I was like, you're single, right? And he was attractive. And he was like, I like being single. I'm like, well, it's probably a good thing because if this is your attitude, you're going to be
single
married
forever.
I told him. I was like, no, you don't understand the female gender at all. At all. The way women think, you're not getting it. Just saying.
No.
So
you'll be lucky if you get laid. Funny. Just saying, but okay.
No, he probably did. Like I said, he was attractive, but yeah, then he summarily told me that I was wrong and that I should get lost basically. And then I ran into him again a couple of years later at some event. And it is a signing and my line is like dumb long. And he walks by me and he's like, hi. And I'm like, hi.
Told you it works. Told you it sells.
It sells, dude.
It sells. They like this. They love this.
They do.
This is the shit they want.
Yeah.
Am I wrong? Tell me I'm wrong again, please.
Yeah. I know. I love Judy Blume too, Jean.
Yes.
I read a lot of Judy Blume. Okay, so Jenna, why don't you, now that we're done with the confession, which if you don't have yours, you should go grab it now because it's awesome. And we're just saying.
It's awesome. It really is. It's good. It's good.
It's good. We're just saying. And actually, other people seem to think it's pretty awesome too. So I'm not mad at that.
I'm not either. I love the reviews. I'm just like, oh my God. Yes.
I know. It's awesome when you say something and people get it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the whole thing. When people get it and you're like, oh, yay. We just like, yay. You understood what we were trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
So
that melts my heart.
It does. So, what are you on to next? Tell us all the things.
All the things. I am working on Tempting My Billionaire Daddy, which is the last book in the Doms of Genesis series. And after that, I am working on The Brides. And I've gone brain dead right here. Hold on.
Brides of Haven?
Paige is not in that book. I'm just telling you. Yeah. But it's not Paige. It's the Cowboys $1 Million Baby Bride. Is that right? No. Brides of Haven. No, the Cowboys. Hold on a minute. No, the Cowboys $1 Million Baby Bride.
It is.
Virgin Baby Mama. Cowboys $1 Million Baby Bride. Then will be the Buckle Bunny. Cowboys Buckle Bunny. I can't wait for that one. And then the final is the Cowboys Big Sexy Wedding. But in between all those, there might be some other goodies coming. Some BDSM goodies. Just, a little flog and spank and
yeah, because Jenna with her super clean mind.
Yes. Do I post when I will be at signings? I do on my newsletter. Yes. Are you signed up for my newsletter?
That would be the easiest way to know the things.
Easiest. I will be in Cedar Falls, Iowa. Not this weekend. Oh gosh, tomorrow I'm going to be in Liberty, Missouri at the Woodneath Library, giving a lecture, I guess, on erotic romance. And then Saturday, there's a book signing up there at the Woodneath Library from 3 to 5. I'll be there. Next weekend, I'm here. The weekend after, I will be in Cedar Falls, Iowa at Romance Rendezvous. And that's it for the signings for this year. I have some other things I've got going on with family and reunions and all that fun stuff. But that's all for this year. And then Flirty in Kansas City is February of next year. And yes, that's going to be fun.
Yep.
Yes.
Yes, you do.
Yes, I can't wait. I can't wait.
It's going to be fun.
And B. McNutt is going to the Liberty. She'll be at the library tomorrow.
Yay.
Yay.
So you guys know I'm already working on More Than Desire You because that comes out November 1st. And I'm already really excited because these two are funny. He's just can't say more right now. I wanted to give you guys a couple of updates also that and whoever asked Kelly, yes, I'll be at Love in Vegas. Jenna won't be. Couple of updates for people who have ordered print books from me before 5:00 this evening. They're already in the mail. Since William will not be here, he'll be with his mom and his sister over the weekend. So anything that gets ordered from now until next Monday, we'll wait until he comes home. For the people who ordered the last 5 boxes that I managed to get together
oh my
today.
God.
I was like, oh my gosh. I thought I had run out of 2 different things. And then I opened another box that was like, here it is. Because I kept thinking, did I just not get it? Like, what happened? And then I was finally cleaning out that room. And I was like, I found the missing box. And I was like, I can do 5 more boxes. I can do 5 more boxes. I was so excited. And so,
she really was. She's like,
really
guess what? Guess
this what? Morning. I found all of that yesterday. So I put the email up or the post up this morning. So yeah, all those boxes are gone. So we are now officially sold out. It is officially the end of Summer Box. So they're already in the mail. And thank you guys so much. Summer Box was a huge success. And I was actually able to put together a few more boxes than I actually anticipated that I would be able to. So we went over the target, and I appreciate you guys and your support so much.
Are you going to be at Readers on the River?
Yeah, I'll be at Readers on the River.
Brenda, I won't be, Brenda.
Next month.
Yeah.
So thank you, Connie. I will be talking to you guys. I talked to you guys last week a little bit about I was calling it Surprise Box because I didn't have a name for it. Not that this is significantly better, but Baby suggested that maybe Mystery Box was a little bit closer to what I was trying to convey. So watch for the launch of Mystery Box, which will be kind of a pop-up experience. And then more summer merch is coming soon, I promise. Other than that, y'all.
Sorry.
Is there anything else you want to say, Jenna?
Let's see. And don't beat up on Seth. He's got a lot to process.
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
You guys
good night, Jody.
Good night, Jody. We haven't even told you. I mean, you think you know all the things, but you don't. So there's more coming.
Yeah. It's not. Yeah. There's no more Madame Zelda, though. Not in this book.
No. Not to say she will never make another appearance. Who knows?
God.
Seth just needs a flogging. Maybe so.
I want to see that happen.
Oh yeah, he beat the crap out of somebody. There's no way.
He knocked Pike out with 1 punch. What do you think he's going to do to somebody coming at him with a flogger?
That's a hard pass.
That's eviscerating right there. That's
just, no.
Yes, save him.
So next week we will be back on schedule, and you will get the man back so that I can, poke him and elbow his boobs while he's here.
Because he likes that.
He loves that so much. And in the meantime, over the weekend, I will be having a fun guest, and maybe she will consent to let me post some pictures. We'll see how that goes.
Ooh.
So,
is she going to wear a bra too?
I don't know. I don't ask her, but maybe I should.
You should.
Gina, no, if you have the old books, no, we didn't change the text. We just changed the titles and the covers. So, the only thing that's new now is the confession. So there you go. So I hope that you guys have, the rest of your week is amazing. I hope your weekend is even better. And we will see you next Wednesday.
Bye, guys.
Thanks
for letting me come join.
Thank you to Jenna for coming to spend another hour and a half with me when she hasn't just spent the last 3 months with
me. I don't know though, but you know what? There was like 2 days where I didn't talk to you, and it was like, ring me up. And it was like,
she's like, this is weird. We haven't talked.
I had to hear your voice. This is nuts. I miss you. I'm going through withdrawal.
It was weird.
It
was admittedly weird. So. Do you want to put your hand and say hi? You don't want to put your hand and say hi to people? Just your hand.
Right over her face like that.
Yeah, there you go.
Hi.
So the man's here. Thanks, guys, for spending your Wednesday night with us again.
Guys.
We love you. Bye, you guys.
Bye.
Bye again.
Oh, bye again.
Bye again.